Welcome back to the channel. Been a while. It's my first video of the new year. Mental health break. We'll just say that. I'm going to jump into the week in metal, and I'm going to ramble at the end. So I don't want to leave people waiting if you're just here for the picks. So this is for week one. I know I'm behind. I'm going to get caught up. I feel confident that I'm going to get caught up. But this is for week one. Better late than never. The week that ended January 5th. So I only checked out 18 new things, and I'm going to recommend 6. First up is Deconsekrated, Ascension in the Altar of Condemned. This is a 4-piece death metal band from Chile, formed in 2020. It's their first full length. This is pretty much straightforward, morbid angel worship, I would say. And I don't say that, in a bad way. There's people, people use bolt thrower worship as an insult, because there's a lot of death metal bands that kind of sound like bolt thrower, right? But yeah, I say, if you love Morbid Angel so much you want to start a band that sounds like them, do it. I'll listen to it if other people won't, Anyway, yeah, it was good. I'm not trying to overhype this. I'm just talking in general, right? I have no problem with, worship bands. So, yeah. Consecrated. Check it out. Next up. Something different. Okay? I promise something different. Here it is. This is Child Cemetery. Rebirthed, Revived, Rekilled. This is not death metal. This is brutal death metal, right? Generally don't listen to brutal death metal because they got them stupid drums and, like pig squeal vocals or whatever. This does not have that. This is good. The vocals in this kind of sound more like gore grind to me. So yeah, this could pass for like death metal / gore grind and not brutal death metal. But I dug it, right? One person project from Austria. Yeah, Child Cemetery. Check that out. Next up is Toxik Volcano, Drown the World in Lava EP. I also recommended their first EP. This is just their second. 4-piece from Australia. 4 tracks, clocking in at almost 14.5 minutes. Heavy, cavernous, touch of sludge, I think. Just sounds sludgy, like sludgy death metal, So yeah, mid-tempo. They sing about getting killed by volcanoes, basically. So, that's brutal enough for you. Check out Toxik Volcano. Next up is Tortured Corpse, Burial Mounds EP. This is a 4-piece death metal band from Poland. It's their third EP, just 4 tracks, and one of them is an Impetigo cover. So I started listening to this. Good music, I'm digging it right out of the gate, and the vocals kick in. I'm like, I dig the vocals, right? Who does this remind me of? I couldn't think of it at first. I'm listening, and it's like so fucking familiar. These vocals, they sound just like somebody. And all of a sudden, it hit me. It sounds like Chris Barnes, not classic Cannibal Corpse Chris Barnes, like modern, Nightmare of the Decomposed Chris Barnes. And it was fucking awesome, right? So, I think you know who you are. If this sounds good to you, go check it out. And if you're a Chris Barnes hater, don't, or whatever. Or do, give you something else to make fun of. But the vocals aren't funny. Yeah, check this out. It's really good. Maybe I should do a second take of that. I don't know how that went. I got kind of emotional for a second. Yeah, I'll just move on. Next up, got a couple demos. First up is Pseudocommando, Demo 24. This is a 2-piece from Istanbul, Turkey. This demo is their first ever release. They've been around. The guitarist has been in a handful of bands, It's hard to describe. Black and thrash, right? I hear speed metal riffs here and there, you know. Sometimes I hear early Bathory, right? So, it's just great stuff. You know, I was going to say something about the cover, you know. I'll just tell you what I wrote down. I don't think it's funny now, but I thought it was funny when I wrote it down about the cover. I don't know if the skull is normal sized and those are little tiny people, or if the people are normal and that's just a huge fucking skull. I don't know. Made me giggle when I thought of that. It's bad. Might cut that out and use it as an outtake. Anyway, last up, Sanguinary Emperor 2024 demo. 3-piece from New Jersey. This is their first demo. Now, Metal Archives labels them as raw black / death metal. Raw black. So like raw blackened death metal, right? Don't think I've run across that before on there. Now, their Bandcamp page describes it as bestial black doom, okay? Plenty doomy, like atmosphere-wise, right? Slow, but not too slow. I can't handle too slow. It never gets too slow. It's just slower, right? And I just wrote something else I wrote down, because I did this a few days ago, right? This is the kind of thing you want to smoke a joint and lean back and let the music wash over you. You don't just listen to it, you need to experience it. Keep in mind, I was high when I wrote this, so check it out. See what you think. That's true. I got high, and it's one of those I just laid back, and some good shit to listen to when you're high. So, yeah, Sanguinary Emperor 2024 demo. Really good, you know. Black and death metal. Doomy. Kind of on the raw side. So, yeah, I dug it. So, yeah, that's it. That was 6 things. Nothing really on the fence. Sometimes things are on the fence, and I got to listen to them more intensely to judge them, but no. So, here's what's going on. Took some time off, okay? Unscheduled. But I feel like I'm back. Gonna try to stay on track. Try to get caught up. I'm already working on week 2 of the Weekend Metal. And like week 3, like, just ended. So I'm not that far behind. So, gonna try to do, I'm still gonna do my top 20 list. Okay, I got my top 20 list together. Wanted to do it around Christmas time. Things went haywire in my head and no go. So still want to do it because I have a really cool thumbnail in mind. You know, there's like a couple albums that like everybody had on their ear end. It's a couple albums everybody had on their year-end list. And they're not on mine, okay? And I was going to put, like, the covers up and put, like, an X through them, you know, like, not on my list, you know? And I thought of a really funny thing to do in that video about one of those bands. And I could always do it in a different video, but it would fit perfect in this one. So, yeah, I got a little funny gimmick that I thought of. So I got to do the top 20 list, even though it's almost the end of January, you know? But still going to do it. Watch it. You know, I'm sure you'll watch it. The people that watch me will watch it. But those videos can get tons of views and pick up subscribers from them. And I probably won't get that benefit now. But, you know, I was just thinking, I promised in the last video, I promised a lot of things. And, you know, don't count on my promises. But I mentioned last video that this year I was going to try to listen to a wider variety of music. And then I thought about it. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not. You know? And I'll tell you why. Because the stuff I talk about, it's what I like. This is genuinely what I like. And this is what I'd be listening to even if I wasn't making videos. So I don't want to start talking about more popular bands just to get more viewers. because I would have viewers that don't like what I'm talking about. They wouldn't stick around anyway, you know, because I'm not always going to talk about that stuff. I'm talking about gore grind sometimes too, because I like gore grind. Sue me. So I'm going to just be myself. You know, I'm not going to worry about, I would like to have a bunch of subscribers, you know, and more views, just because it makes me feel good when that happens. But I'm not like insane for subscribers or anything. You know, I want my subscribers to be people that genuinely like the stuff I like. That's all that matters to me. So we'll see how many there are. Uncle Ken is calling it quits. I'm sure you've heard, you know, Ken's Death Metal Crypt. This is his 10 years on YouTube this year, and he's going to pull the plug on his anniversary. So, you know, like Ken, he's really one of the channels that I was watching a lot when I decided to do a channel. You know, originally wanted to call this channel something death metal. You know, Brian's loves death metal or whatever. But I was thinking, like, there was already Melanie doing death metal and Ken doing death metal. Didn't need another death metal guy. Plus, I listen to a lot of stuff that's not death metal. You know, I listen to thrash and, you know, I don't hate black metal, you know. What else? You know, fuck, I'm trying to stop saying, you know, so much. So, you know, fuck, that was not planned. What was I saying now? I got all sidetracked. See, that shit derails my brain. Oh, yeah, Ken. I don't know what point I was trying to make, but yeah, I mean, I prefer death metal to everything else. So that's why you get so much heavy shit. And that's just going to continue. So I'm going to keep being me. And that's that. What else? I tried 2 times in the last several days. I wanted to make a video just to upload, just jibber jabber. Just let everybody know I'm still here or whatever. And like the first one I record, I shouldn't tell you this because some of you might want to see it, but I just started rambling. I hit play or I hit record and I just started talking, whatever popped into my head, you know. And it ended up being an hour and 16 minutes. You know, I was ended up talking about UFOs and, you know, said what I thought about flat earthers. You know, apologies to flat earthers. What else? TV shows? I don't know. It was just this and that and whatever. Talked about the neo-Nazi meth head that used to live across the street. Just random nonsense. Going to porn conventions. You know, I used to be in the porn business. I spilled the beans on that in that video, and I'm not even going to show it. And then I just spilled the beans again. I worked in the porn business in the late 90s, early 2000s. Building porn sites, not performing. Trust me, there's no video of my junk on the internet, as far as I know. Right? So yeah, I'm not, you know, trying to think of something funny to say. I don't know. You know, a penis joke I was trying to think of, but I'll skip that. Keep it G-rated. I don't know. Did I mention I want to do the heavy metallurgy metal tag? I want to try to do that soon. Could be fun. I don't have answers to every question, but I think I got some bullshit that I could talk about in place of not having something appropriate. No, I don't have a record with a dragon on it, as far as I know. I have to double check, go through every one of them, but I don't remember buying anything with a dragon on it. But I do have a Dio record, you know, that doesn't have a dragon on it, but probably should. So yeah, I'll just substitute. That's a spoiler for my heavy metal tag. Applied for a job. I'm afraid if I start talking about this, I'll talk for like hours. But yeah, last time I had a job, like a regular job type job, was 1995. quit my job as I was a department manager of toys at Walmart, and I opened up a comic book store. Comic book slash cards, sports cards, trading cards, Magic the Gathering. You know, Pokemon was like out, I think. I don't even fucking remember. You know, I'm sure it was in my previews thing to order. You know, always order Magic. Had a dude used to come in the store, had a Black Lotus. That's how long ago this was. Just in his deck. He had a fucking, what do you call it, a Type 1 deck with all these like banned cards. And he just loved showing that shit off and just beating the crap out of everybody with it. But yeah, this was back in the day. Anyway, if you know comics, you know the comic business crashed in 1998 or 7. I think 7 is when the market crashed. And I got stories about that. I mean, it was weird, you know, just how it happened. Almost like it happened overnight. It's like one day people bought comics, and then the next day it's like, see ya, I'm gone. You know, I could tell stories about that. What else? What was I talking about? Oh, and then I did websites. We'll just call them websites. I built websites for a while, you know, from 98 to 2001, right? So it seemed like it was forever, because I was just rolling in dough and, you know, making tons of money, you know. Magilla Skrilla or whatever. Is that a thing? I don't know, Skrilla. I'm being a dick, I guess. I'll cut that part out. Made tons of money. You know, missed the big money by not much. You know, heard stories about like the very beginning of the porn business. And yeah, I missed the big bucks by just like a year or two. So, you know, ended up, before I closed the comic book store, I ended up renting pornos out of the back room. You know, there's a story about that too. You know, how did a comic book I was a comic books slash sports cards slash pornography, I guess. Yeah, I might be, well, I'm sure I'm not the only one. You know, porn shit was very popular in the 90s. They were making trading cards, you know, hustler cards, and, you know, all these different, you know, hot shots and the dollhouse or whatever, all these different like nudie cards. That was really big back in the 90s, because they were just, you know, things were great and collectibles were huge, and everything got printed on trading cards, you know, and then just boom, it was over. So anyway, yeah, I don't know. I'm rambling. That's what I promised, I guess. I'll leave this. Some people like to see me ramble, and some people don't. So I ramble at the end, so those people can leave. And all that's left right now are the people that want to watch my bullshit. So you're my people, right? I'm just, you know, I get, you know, like YouTube shows you the graph, and it's like, yeah, you know, while the weekend metal's going on, it's like this, and then it drops, not a lot, but there's a certain percentage that after the weekend metal is done, people tune out. And what's left is, you know, and it's a lot, not a lot, but it's normal, you know. It's not like, you know, like normal now, and now I can't even speak. It's like a normal amount of people, you know, stick around to the end. So thank you. You know, I appreciate people watching me, you know, and I have a theory that people like listening to me jibber jabber, you know, at least that many on my chart, I guess. But I guess the rest of the people, they don't mind, you know. I don't know. I don't fucking know what I'm even talking about. I don't know what I'm talking about. I don't want to say contradictory things. I mean, yeah, like I said, I try to keep my jibber jabber at the end so people can tune out, you know. Guess I got nothing else to say, you know. Thank you for watching. I got shit coming soon. I'll try it. Here's the thing. No promises, but if there's going to be a delay in getting a new video up, you know, the Week in Metal or something, I'll just turn on the camera and ramble. So you got something. How's that sound? I'll start doing that. Would like to do that. Just whatever pops into my head. You know, maybe, did I tell you? See, here's my problem. I fucking did a different take. I've done 3 fucking takes. So I don't remember what I've told you. So I'm just going to say goodbye, and we'll continue this next time. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe. Leave a comment. Tough for me sometimes to answer. Sometimes people say things and I don't know how to respond. You know, I don't want to just say, hey, thanks. Maybe I should. Maybe a hey, thanks is better than nothing. Anyway, leave me comments. You know. Oh, shit. I was going to just mention something I would like to try if things get back to normal soon. And it doesn't matter when, you know. New this year, I would like to try to do a live stream, you know. Nothing fancy, you know. I have like a guest in mind, if he's up for it. Just the 2 of us, kind of like a heavy metallurgy style, you know. Pick a couple topics, so we'll just shoot the shit for like an hour, you know. Like, I don't know if this dude drinks or not, but, you know, I'll just be drinking and we'll just talk about something. I need subjects that'll keep it on topic, you know, keep it metal related, because I did a ramble the other day that I'll probably never show you, and I ended up bitching about the metric system, you know. Not really bitching about it, you know. I think I admitted I would prefer it if we used the metric system, but we never will, you know. We're America. We don't always do what we should, you know. But we do it our fucking way, and that's good enough for me. Thanks for watching. See ya.